Hello and welcome to round two of ALR Sprint League. We'll be at Miami in Australia today. And this is your commentator, Moose. I'm still setting up at the moment, so just bear with me while we're loading this, and I'm getting myself ready. Be right back. 5 lights and away we go. Sorry, I missed that. We have Marco going into T1. He's going to go right out, immediately out of the off the track. Do bear with me. This is my first live F1 comms, so just bear with me. We're going to have a yellow flag, not even half a lap into the first lap into the race. There we go. Something like that. Cool. So Joker seems to have a big incident, so he's dropped from, it looks like P2. Alu all the way up from P15 or so. And he's going to be... Get a better camera here. There's only 2 cameras. So we'll follow Alu here as he goes onto the back straight, right behind mini turns. Also, hello Saeed and everybody else, thank you for joining. Glad to have you here. So Alu's not going to quite get it against mini turns here, but definitely going to have a nice battle going on. Kerpel is going to end lap 1 in first place so far, followed by Volcano and mini turns, and it looks like mini turns just past Jaguar. And Buma's going to be dropping a good few positions here. It looks like he had a little bit of a bad turn, and we're getting a little bit out of the flow in these tricky flowy corners. So a lot of people are starting to go wide. We do have a lot going on here. Actually, a little spaced out in the back. I'm really confused how this is going through. You know, Capril's got a little bit of space behind him there. But we do have many turns challenging Volcano into the chicane in the back half of the lap. And we're going to go into the longest straight here. Will is going to get a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. And Rigo is going to get a nice pass here on Marco, who's had a pretty rough race so far. Will has dropped a couple places as well, but not as bad. Will's going to get the advantage on Marco on the back straight. Take a nice sharp left-hander there. Marco seems to be really struggling. at the moment. Will so far is the only one with a penalty. A nice bunched up group here in the back half of the grid at the moment. Get a track wrap up. Wish it was. It's only the two. Yeah. That's. Oh no, Kerpale has gone from first place down to 7th after a really big shunt in the chicane, and he might have some damage there. He's got a little bit of space on him, but from 1st to 7th place, it's definitely not the race he was going to want to have here. With only 11 more laps to go in the sprint race. So Mini Turns is going to have a clear go for the win here. He's got a little bit of, probably a second and a half there with Volcano behind him. Actually, he's fighting Alu. I didn't even notice that. They're just switching positions in these flowy corners. So Alu's definitely got that position now. So he looks like he's in great position with get 2nd place. Jaguar is putting a good challenge here on, perhaps this is the front straight. I don't know. Volcano's dropped another position here to Jack, and looks like he's just dropping down the order. Might have some damage. Not quite sure. He was kind of winding up a little bit more than he should have there for a little extra speed. Just hanging on the limb there. So a lot of guys dropping all the way from the front to the back. Essentially, the Joker's got a few positions there. We're gonna. No one's stopped yet. So just a few incidents to get the first quarter of this race through. Rather intervals. I'm used to GT comms, so this is very unusual for me. It's been a long while since I've spectated in F1. We're gonna have another yellow flag as DDK is out. There probably was a pretty big incident there, but we're also going to have the battle between Jaguar and Alu rage on, as Jaguar is playing with a little bit with the track limits. Alu's going to have a little bit of trouble getting out of the chicane, but he's still in a somewhat comfortable position. And Jaguar is going to use a lot of his ERS, so not very comfortable at all. And Jack is right behind him as well, as the DRS and ERS combination gives Jaguar currently a solid 2nd, as Jack is going to be making a big challenge on Alu. Our first to pit is going to be Mini Turns from the lead. So he sensed that there was he? He's on mediums now, so he started on softs. And Millsy's also going to be into pit. So first 2 down. We still have a pretty close battle up here for the podium positions. Buma really putting a lot of pressure on Kerpale as still... Oh, Kerpale is going to really lose his rear wheels and really came out of that poorly. Big Turns is going to take advantage of that mistake and is in turn going to start putting some pressure on Buma. Let's get the... That's the one I was looking for. There's only 2 stops so far. That's all I get. Tires. So likely that Alu is going to be pitting, which it might be the reason for... Oh no, that was a DRS. Giving Jack an advantage, who Jack's up 2 positions, and looks like they're both going to go into pit. Both off softs. And Jaguar, who's looking very good up front on his medium tires. A lot of clear air for himself to make some good time. We're going to have a lot of other drivers come into pit as well, so we'll have Daxi. Everyone's kind of bouncing around here, so big turns, mini turns, and will the game as well. We have Saeed chasing down Kerpale right now, and judging by Kerpale's tire situation earlier, Saeed's definitely going to be on the hunt here. Saeed's going to try to make a move on the outside a little bit, but I think he's just reminding Kerpale that he's there, and he's going to get right alongside him on this long right-hander. As we go into the chicane, and Saeed's still putting the pressure on, and Kerpale is losing his rear tires yet again. But Saeed has got about half of his DRS at the moment, and just getting DRS on the back straight on lap 7, so we're halfway through the race. Kerpale is also on soft tires, mind you. Stubbo's going to get 5 seconds for speeding the pit lane, as our front 4 leaders at the moment all come into pit. Actually, that'll be 5, 6, everybody else it seems, except for Mike and Marco and Noof Squid, are the only ones who have not pitted yet. And mini turns is going to take first place for the moment. It looked like Alu got a penalty there for speeding the pit lane. Oh shit. What was that? No, I don't think so. You know that. We're going to have a yellow flag in Sector 1. As we have Marco, who I just missed. Looks like he's going to be DNFing. Looks like there's a bit of an incident there. Oh, no, he's still going. Still points on the board, so the race is never over. He's definitely going to have a bit of a disadvantage with having to pit again. See, Alu and Steva both on relatively fresh medium tires. And Alu's still warming his up, but he seems to have slight pace advantage, at least in the tight corners. On the about 2/3 of the way through the track and onto the back straight. Alu's going to get the pass in pretty comfortably. Well done braking as well. And Jack is going to put in a fastest lap of 1:29.937. Battle for first going on here, halfway through the 9th lap, And Jack is looking to get just a little bit of a advantage as they come side by side, and he's got the inside line into the corner. It looks like Jack's going to at least pull it off for the moment. Mini turns is going to be chasing hard with those medium tires. It's going to be quite a tough challenge. Those mediums should be a little bit warmed up by now. Stubble looks like he's dropped a little bit of time on Jaguar. Al is going to get the pass on Stubba, very much helped by DRS. He's still got a little bit of ERS as well, but Stubba does have a penalty to serve. Zozo, that's my cat. Hello, Woody. What's she doing? Cat is looking for attention. Not gonna get it right now. And we have the two AlphaTauris fighting for the fifth place spot. Sorry, AlphaTauri and an Alpine. I need to pay attention. Stubba is gonna pass Alu pretty comfortably there, and he's got a view of a pretty close top 5 at the moment. All within 2 seconds, almost 2 seconds. So. Jaguar continuing to put the pressure on mini turns as we get to the final few laps of this race, and we're going to have a very important sequence coming up here with the long straight and DRS. Jack has left the session. There you go. Oh. Pardon me. Oh, that's not good. Well, that's going to be a free spot there for Jaguar at the moment, as hopefully Jack will be back. Looks like he's back right. Oh, is that him? No, it's still ghosted. Hopefully Jack gets his connection back, because he's going to be suffering a bit there, as Stubba is going to also get a position off of that. We have a very colorful tire situation, as pretty much alternating all the way through, so I'll gain 11 positions in this race, which is incredible. Fighting for a podium almost. So we have Jaguar on mini turns going side by side. I believe to be the second longest straight. I have no idea. Stubba's penalty is going to end up hurting him here at the end. He's not quite able to get the position. Sorry, thoughts here. Very tight top 7. Everybody's within a second of each other. So we're going to see a lot of position changes here at the end of this race. And mini turns, luckily for himself there, got DRS off of Jaguar. But Stubba's going to take the position for the moment. I think, yeah, Jack is still not with us. Wait, no, he's good. He's back. Should have. He would have lost more positions. Probably to Daxi there. Rigo in P7. Pay attention more. There's a lot going on. Sorry. So, looks like Jaguar hit the wall there for a second. Not really sure how that happened. Jack is poking in on Alu, and they are fiercely fighting for this fourth place position. As Jack's gonna get, Alu's gonna take it a little bit too much of that curve on the chicane. But DRS is gonna have a huge part to play here, as again, everybody but mini turns here, who's let the Jaguar and Stubba get a nice, some nice space to fight off first and second place, and Stubba's going to take the position once again. Daxi on Alu, Alu's lost a couple positions here in the last few laps, I believe. Alu's going to go a little bit wide as he's trying to give Daxi some space. Daxi's going to be right behind, and actually Rigo's going to be right behind Daxi, so we're going to have another go at that battle in a moment. Jack's going to be right behind mini turns on this long straight. And he's going to take that position for now. Mini turns does have a little bit of space, so looks like we're fighting first, second, first place, third place, fifth place, something like that. Jaguar's going to go very inside on the turn, see if DRS is able to net him that position there. Jack is going to be out of DRS completely, and I think everyone's kind of struggling with that at the moment as we're going to the last corner of the last lap of our first sprint race. And it looks like Stubb is going to take another win. He's got a penalty to serve though, so Jaguar is going to take P1, Jack's going to take P2, mini turns P3, I'm missing all these, Alu in P4, Daxi P5, Rigo P6, Stubba P7, and really close there as well. Booma P8, Millsy P9, and Volcano P10 for rounding out the points. And hopefully, at least on a commentating perspective, Australia's going to be a little smoother. Should have gotten rid of that mini a while ago. We'll get there. It's alright. Very exciting race though. That was good. And a lot of battling up front. Always good to see. As Mike's going to be coming in to finish his final lap, and Marco behind him. Cool. I'm gonna take a quick break. Bear with us. We're gonna be a few minutes before we get into our second sprint race at Australia. Yeah, I'll be right back. Hello again, and just getting ourselves ready for our second sprint race today for round 2 at Albert Park in Australia. And I think we've dropped one driver. Well, it was a very exciting first race there at Miami. Very good battling, top 7 or 8 or so. If Mike talking about a podium, I think. Oh, I didn't know this, but yeah, congratulations, many turns for first podium of his ALR career. Oh, and sprint at least. Yeah, first sprint podium. So congratulations. Well done. All right, here we go. 5 lights. Well, 5 lights. And away we go. In our second sprint race. So you go diving into turn 1. And already we have Marco completely losing it and Noob Squid almost losing it as well, as GDKs and Mike are all the way up front with a huge lead at the moment because of what was going on in the rear. And Millsy just nails Saeed going into the exit. There's a bit of a difference in braking there, so Saeed's completely gone and out in the back, all the way down to P17, as he was having, I think, a pretty good start to his race there. Oh, Steba. Oh, Steba got knocked on that turn as well, as we have a lot of carnage here in our first lap. Not even halfway through. Kerpale and Jack battling it out into this infamous. Oh, we have another yellow flag here. There's a Mercedes of Noob Squid, just getting himself back on track there. DDK is enjoying a lead. Mike is enjoying a nice gap as well. DDK is going to put in the first fastest lap of many. And Alu challenging many turns. I think Alu's looking to redeem himself from what I think was an unfortunate first race for him. They're both well up on the grid from where they started. There's a bit of contact there between Millsy and Alu, and Millsy's gonna just take the wall and spin out completely. And that'll give us another yellow flag for the moment. As the carnage continues into our second lap. DDK here with a 3.4 second gap to Mike, which is pretty hard to turn around, but plenty of time left in this sprint race. Big turns, putting a bit of heat on Jaxie as we go into lap 3 and the final sort of chicane. Almost. I don't know if you call that a chicane. Hey, Nocturne. How you doing? Who won the first race? My memory is very short, but I can check for you. Give me just 2 seconds there. take a screenshot. Then I would forget. And it looks like Jaguar, P1, Jack at P2, and Mini Turns P3 for his first sprint podium. As we go on to this now pretty much longer straight than it used to be. Jack is still putting pressure on Bruma as we have another yellow flag here as Saeed has completely spun out into the chicane, or coming out of the chicane. DDK has extended his lead by a little over 2 seconds in the last lap. As Daxie's starting to put a bit of pressure on Mike, and Daxie's come up 12 spots, and Mike's been enjoying some relative space until Daxie almost spins out of turn 2, and Big Turns is just going to whip right past him and take that last podium position, at least for the moment. And Joker's going to be losing a spot here on Curb Hill. Alu's going to get himself a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. And also to note, Mike does have a penalty as well. Saeed's coming out of pit at the moment. He'll be our first to pit. Very, very tight driving here. Another yellow flag. Cannot tell you where it is. As Daxie is going to get it here on Mike. Mike's just bleeding positions at the moment. He's just absolutely trying to hold on with these medium tires. Which reminds me of another yellow flag. Not sure what that is either, as Alu is going to go into pits to come off of those soft tires pretty early, so I'm assuming he picked up some damage there. Steba has left the session after getting absolutely yeeted off track on the first lap. Garpale has picked up a 3-second penalty as well, as he is really struggling. He's about to lose the second position here at the beginning of this 5th lap, but he's going to keep fighting for it into turn, I believe, 3. As all 3 of these guys are battling on these soft tires that they started on. It looks like Garpale is burning through that rubber very quickly. DDK is still enjoying his lead. Increased to... Oh, Mike's going to get passed here by many turns. We have another yellow flag. Mike is absolutely not giving up, though. He's going to be at this until we go into pits. There's a Sector 3 yellow. Oh, as Will and Joker are going to make a bit of contact. And Joker's going to lose a few spots and a bit of momentum there, as he is, I think, probably not very happy with what happened. Oh, not in a big turn sandwich anymore, unfortunately, as he is DNF'd. I missed that incident. Sorry about that. Garpale is going to get 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. That'll put a pretty big dent in his race. As Joker should come into pit as well, as he took a good bit of damage there with the prior incident. So we look on with Mike as he continues to try to gain some positions back that he lost a few laps ago, so he is still well within this fight. And we look like a little bit of tire contact between Daxie and Mini Turns. And Mike's going to try to take advantage of this, as Mini Turns tries to squeeze him into the inside, but it was a little bit too late of a move, I think. Not going to matter too much, there wasn't too much speed. Enough speed there from Mike, I think. Might have hit the brakes. As Mini Turns goes into pit off his soft tires. DDK is also coming to pit there, and he's coming out of the pits right now. So Daxi's going to take provisional first. Mike back into second. But they definitely still have to pit. Volcano's to pit as well. Looks like DDK is going to come out in fifth on a very slippery, brand new medium, cold medium tires. As he is fighting with Buma at the moment. Looks like Buma's going to take this spot. Oh no, DDK back on the inside. And yeah, he's got this pretty clean. It's going to mean a lot to DDK's race if he can continue to keep this position, and probably if you can put a bit of pressure on Jack, I think it's going to be pretty hard to take away from a first place finish from him. Starting to space out a little bit. Millsy's gone on hard tires, probably the only one to do that, and Jack is completely off at the chicane, but he managed to keep it speed going and not lose it. He's going to drop into 6th position as Buma and DDK, yeah, they both get by. Free position for them. I think Jack's probably going to come in this lap. Those tires are going to be very marbled. Yeah, so both Buma and Jack are coming into pit. And Daxi's going to get a pass here on Mike. Sorry, I missed that Mike's pass earlier. Marco's going to pick up a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. So we're going to see where Buma and Jack come out. So Buma's going to come out P7, and then Jack's P8. Kerpale right behind him on warmed up medium tires. So we have a battle here between Alu and Kerpale. Kerpale is struggling a little bit to keep traction under. And we have another yellow flag with an AlphaTauri. Daxi, who's tried to keep these mediums on track as long as he can, but I think maybe a little bit too late. So that chicane has cost him a little bit there. Mike coming into pit from first. Volcano coming in as well. We'll have Daxi in, so that'll be the rest of our drivers to pit. And GDK will take first place once again, and he's going to have a substantial lead here. Yeah, 11.5 seconds, so he really just needs to keep it on track. He will absolutely have a win out of this. Mini turns, we'll be trying quite hard there to close that gap. We have 6 laps remaining, so that's a pretty tall order. It's going to require DDK to have a few mistakes. So we have Alu here on our oldest set of mediums, outside of Italiano Rigo, who pitted at the end of the first lap. I believe he had some damage. We are going to hit tires as we go into the, I would assume the back straight, yeah. Alu's just not going to have quite enough speed coming out of that really important turn for the straight. But he will have the speed coming out of the chicane. Kerpale on the inside, so he's going to have slight advantage there, yeah, as Alu has closed the gap, but we are still definitely racing here. Daxi 2.7 seconds behind with soft tires, absolutely fresh. Millsy's coming off his hards onto softs. Penalties here, 3 seconds. Kerpale's 11 seconds of penalties, which is absolutely bizarre. So we have another change of position here between Kerpale and Alu. That's the wrong one. So that's going to knock Kerpale pretty much down to 13th. So Marco is now DNF'd on lap 10. The Sector 3 incident coming out of that really important first turn. We have 5 laps to go, 2/3 of the way through this second sprint race of the day. Okay, it looks like he's really struggling in that Red Bull. But Daxi's got so much speed on Alu there. And he's going to pull through and take, I think it was 2 spots, 2 positions in that very short period of time. Let's see, tires. Volcano saved up a good bit of his ERS, so definitely going to be in a good position. Mike has done a good job with that as well. Mini turns and DDK, not so much, but DDK doesn't really have much to be worried about. He's lost about a second and a half. Sector 1. Oh no, there's Rigo again. That's another incident there. Millsy's going to come into pit for a 4th time. 3rd time, I think. Volcano taking a little bit of early break there on that corner to give himself a little bit of space and not put too much pressure on his tires. He still does have that podium position at the moment because Mike does have a 3-second penalty. So if he finishes as we stand, he'll be just fine. I think he knows that as well. Rigo's gotten a penalty, so he's really having a really awful race here. Just not on his day. Outside of was it P6 in the first race, so not too bad there at all. Quite a few DNFs so far. More DNFs than Miami, and I think Miami was, well, at least at the beginning, a good bit chaotic, so good thing. Alu's gotten a 3-second penalty, and he is not happy about that. Just timed it well enough to see the reaction there. Rigo's coming out of pit, and he's going to be right on with Millsy. DDK, yep, still not really losing much time at all, so I think they're just hoping to keep those positions at the moment. Mike's going to get a lot of grass there, but still makes the turn pretty well, and has Volcano with DRS behind him. And Volcano's really, I think, not going to try to push this too much. Does have a 4-second gap behind him, so Mike's only going to lose 1 position as it stands. Alu 5 seconds for speeding the pit lane. Not sure why he's pitting again. I think there was an incident before, so back onto the softs to finish. Sector 3, yellow flag. Again there. This is working out pretty well for Volcano. He's not losing much time to Jack behind him. Jack does a penalty as well, so what is that going to be? 3 seconds. That's right. Matron spectacular drive so far. Up from 17th place. Yeah, see the podium. So this is 2 podiums in a row for him today. Just absolutely on fire. I think Mike's done spectacular. Oh, nope, I didn't say that. Well, that position was kind of gone anyway. But I think Mike's been pushing it quite hard on these soft tires, so trying to keep Volcano behind him, which is essentially just giving him some padding to Jack. Jack's on his own at the moment, so he's not going to have the DRS advantage that Mike has, so... But he does have Will right behind him, and Will's going to back out of this challenge here onto this quick chicane. Millsy and Rico are both going to put in fastest laps right back to each other. That's probably pretty... Well, just off each other. As it stands, Jack is only going to drop 1 position as well to Will. So that'll be Will in P5. We go into our final lap of the race as Italiano and Mike both get penalties on the last lap. Oh, Mike is going to be kicking himself for that. That's going to be... Oh, no, he's okay. You'll drop 1 spot to Will. But considering Jack hasn't made much of the gap in front of him at the moment, he also has a penalty, so that'll pretty much even out for him. Alu's going to be out for the end of this race. Still classify, but be a DNF for him, unfortunately. Millsy and Rigo both fighting it out for the 13th position, second to last position on the grid at the moment. Oh, DDK is going to win the race. Sorry, should have gotten that. Pretty much had it from the start. A lot of good clean air, mini turns. Very happy with this P2 and best result in both of his races today. Volcano in P3, Mike in P4. Jack is going to finish P5, I think. Yep, Daxi P7, Booma P8, Jaguar P9. Kerpale's going to drop because he has a lot of penalties, so Joker P10. Oh, Millsy's too far back, so Kerpale P11. Millsy's still got a little bit to go on this lap, but he's got Rigo behind him, so we are not done with this race quite yet. So there's no points on offer for any of this position, but Rigo's gonna, I think, call it quits after that little push. They definitely kept it quite close there at the end. I think both unfortunate races, both of them. Oh, Rigo almost sends it into the wall, and Millsy's gonna crash as he crosses the finish line in 12th place. Rigo's gonna do this. A little spinny, a little bit of crash, and it'll twirl right past the finish line. So, very chaotic race, and 13 finishers out of our starting 19. Mini Sharins, I think, absolutely driver of the day. Really, really good job. 2 podiums, his first 2 podiums ever in ALR Sprint. We do have DDK up there with a win. I can skip this. Volcano in P3 in the Haas, and Will in P4 and Mike in P5. Say quite good. Rigo had the fastest lap, so he's going to be taking that point away from anybody who's wishing to have it because he's outside the top 10. So no point there. see the things I can do. How many incidents we had in this race? Quite a few. Thank you for joining me. This is my first F1 comms, so thanks for sticking in there, and thanks for joining me for these two very exciting races. And keep on for next week. Somebody will be doing comms, probably not me. Tuesday at 8. And thank you again, and goodbye.